Good morning, WeReadBookers. So I haven't made a video in a while because I've been doing things on the other two channels that I've been on, but I have been reading, so I have some news for you, and then I have a book review real fast. So most of you should know by now that I wrote a book, and it's called Wingless, and it was published last month, and so now I'm kind of getting around to different locations doing presentations and events about it. And I have a few coming up soon, and I would really love it if you would show up. Kyle will be there from this channel, and so if we had some WeReadBook fans show up, that would absolutely make my day, /week, /month. So all the information will be in the underpants of this video. You can click the link and find out the address, the time, things like that, and if you can make it, you definitely should try. So my review today is on Paper Towns by John Green, and I'm just going to tell you now, I absolutely love the book. So let's get into the plot before I break it down into what I did like and what I didn't like. Quentin Jacobson, also known as Q, has had a crush on his neighbor, Margot Roth Spiegelman, for forever. One night, towards the end of their senior year, Margot comes to his window, tells him that he's about to have the night of his life, basically, and whisks him off to do random things in Florida. After a night of awesome fun and a lot of existential talk, Margot disappears. For the rest of the novel, Q is stuck wondering where she went, why she went there, if she's ever coming back, and if he can find her. During this time, he starts to learn more about himself, and he really develops as a person and as a character. So here's what I liked about it. It was hilarious without being comedic. The book made me laugh, but it wasn't a funny story. There was humor, but it wasn't overdone. What I also liked about this novel is that you get to see how everyone deals with the same event and how they all deal with it differently. After Margot disappears, no one really knows what to do. Q is deeply affected, her best friend is deeply affected, and the people who knew her specifically are kind of just lost. And of course, what I love about every John Green book that I've read so far, at least, is that he makes a point of asking the very deep, very hard questions, but puts them into teenagers' minds so that we have a chance to think about them in a way that makes sense to us. I've always admired this about John Green, and I won't lie, it's what makes him one of my top 5 favorite authors of all time. So here's what I didn't like. I think there's only 2 things that I didn't like about this book, and I think one of them was the pacing. I absolutely love the book. I love everything that happened in it. I don't think anything should be taken out, so I really have no criticism other than that the pacing felt off. I have no way of fixing this problem. I just have a problem with it, but it didn't detract from the book for me at all, and it still gets 5 out of 5 stars. The one thing that also kind of, didn't like, but I don't want to call it a dislike. The thing that felt odd to me about this novel was that Quentin and Margot were very existential, idealist, deep thinkers. At 18 years of age, they were both intelligent, witty, and extremely eloquent in the way that they expressed themselves and the way that they thought. All of this is absolute premium role model status. It's kind of hard to actually believe. What saved it, though, was the dialogue, because the dialogue was so believable. You didn't know that John Green had just told you a deep thought until you were 5 pages later, or 50, connecting something that was happening then to the quote 4 chapters ago. So all in all, like I said, 5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't read Paper Towns, you should definitely read it. It was amazing. I've had it on my bookshelf for a while now, so I really wanted to get it read, and I'm so glad I did.